Hello, I am Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty, and I share the Bible that's business inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. Everyone who is new to the channel, I want to let you know that I welcome you. I appreciate you stopping by here. Please do subscribe. As the Minister of Beauty, I share business inspiration, beauty rituals, beauty tips, as well as some lifestyle content, and I'm trying to get back into the enjoyment. Life has really been crazy, honestly, the past several years, but I am a licensed esthetician. I'm also a skincare line creator and a beauty business owner and operator of now 16 years, and that's actually one of the reasons why I'm doing this video. So if you are already subscribed, welcome back. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much for being here. And in this video, I got inspired by someone that I was having a conversation with about all of the years that I've been in business, and this year, and literally this month, 16 years ago, I started my beauty business. And it was a time, I'll just say that. But I had a conversation with someone and they were asking me a number of different things, and so I thought I would do this video to talk about some things that I've learned in the past 16 years. So I'm going to be sharing 8 things that I have learned and won at in the last 16 years, as well as 8 things that I have had as lessons, not losses, but some people may see them as losses, but I always say I don't lose, I learn. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing 4 of the 8 wins that I've experienced in the last 16 years. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into these things, and yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, for me, I'll say the first win was I really learned how to live my life and operate by faith. Faith is the substance of things that are hoped for and the evidence of things that are not seen. So when I transitioned from being in the legal field to going into the wellness and beauty industry, it was something that I was extremely unfamiliar with. And for me, it took a whole lot of learning how to operate by faith, believing in one that's greater than I, that I believe operates within me and through me to help me to make the complicated and scary decisions in life. So to step out of a field that I was very familiar with, because I was in the legal field for 12 years, to get out of that field and also operating in imposter syndrome, whereas at the time I didn't even know what that was or that was a thing, but over the years I learned that's something that I had been dealing with. I learned how to operate and live by faith and not by sight. And so as the years went by and I made the moves and believed in the moves that I was making, as well as praying about a lot of things as well before I did anything, it really helped me to live my life, as well as in business, operating by faith and not by sight. My second win is that at the time I really didn't know, but I started the first business in my state to specialize in the beauty service, one of the beauty services that my business specializes in, which is eyelash extensions. Back in 2008, that was not a thing. It really wasn't. And so learning how to live my life and operate by faith and not by sight, and going into this field, as well as to get into a service that a lot of people really didn't know a whole lot about. And also it was a service, and still is, but it was a service that was definitely on the pricey end. And being who I am, what I look like, where I come from, and where I was operating, it took a whole lot of effort, patience, doing a lot of educating, doing a lot of things for free. And when I say doing a lot of things for free, I'm just talking about services in my business, just to get people to really know me, like me, and trust me, and learn about what my business was doing and what they could benefit from receiving. And I'm so grateful that I did that, because I have clients. When I started my business back in 2008, I have clients that started coming to me in 2009 that had never been to my business before, that are still coming to my business to this day. 2009, 10, 11, 12. I'm so grateful. Clients that started coming many years ago to my business are still coming to my business to this day. And although I am the owner of my business and I don't work with all of the clients in my business, but when I started, that's the way it was. And I'm so glad that over all those years, so many people that started coming to my business years ago, they're still coming to my business, and they're not just seeing me, but they are being served by other team members in my business. And if it wasn't for the faith that I had many years ago to step out on that faith, to go into this industry and to create this business, then that would not be something that I could sit here and say to you today that I made happen. The number 3 win was that I grew my business to multiple locations. And I will say for me, that definitely was a win, because when I started, I didn't have any locations. I started renting a room in a hair salon, which 10 years after I started in that hair salon, I didn't stay there very long. It lasted for a few months, and I'll probably be writing a book to share the story, not just that story, but a number of different stories of things that I've experienced over the years, how that ended and why it ended. But, you know, the way the circle of life happens and how something that you could circle back to many years later, you wind up being in the same space. My business wound up taking that entire space where someone else had previously had a salon where I was renting a room in. And then 10 years after that situation of me starting there, I wound up getting the entire building. And it wasn't something that I was trying to make happen. It just so happened that that happened to be a thing. But starting as a solo individual and then renting rooms in different places, getting my own building, and then expanding to open up other spaces and different things like that, I wound up growing my business to 4 locations in 10 years time of being in this business. So I would definitely say for me, that was a huge win. And also because of myself learning how to operate by faith and not by sight, that's how all of that was even able to happen. All right, and so for number 4, it is that I survived the pandemic. When that happened years ago, honestly, a lot of us really didn't know what tomorrow would bring. It was a very scary time, and a lot of businesses didn't make it. I saw businesses that cropped up either during the time of the pandemic or right before the pandemic was a situation that did not make it. They didn't survive it. And my business not only survived it, I was able to thrive. I was able to not just exist, but I was able to have success. And so I am truly grateful that my business made it through that time. It was very scary. And if you have your stories of how you made it through the pandemic, or maybe you did not make it through the pandemic if you had your own business, let me know in the comment section. All right, guys, so that's 4 out of 8 wins that I have experienced in the 16 years of owning and operating my successful beauty business that I started in 2008. I'm so excited to be celebrating 16 years. It's sweet 16, right? So let me know in the comment section again if you have any stories of how you survived through the pandemic, or maybe you had a small business and it didn't make it through, but you have turned to doing something different. Let me know, and let me know in the comment section if you have any questions or any other comments for me. I really do appreciate you checking this video out. Thank you for liking the video, subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and stay tuned for the next part where I will be sharing 4 more wins out of 8 wins that I've experienced in the 16 years of owning and operating my beauty business that I started 16 years ago. So guys, I am Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty, and I share the Bible. That's business inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. So until the next time, I hope and pray you all have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day.